We're here at IACC's annual conference with Bert Cabanas, CEO and President of Benchmark Hospitality International. Thanks for joining us.
Great to be here.
And why don't you, you're a guy who watches sort of the macro trends in the industry. What are you seeing in the conference center segment? I know the hotel segment, I mean, people are optimistic that it's coming back after the recession. What are you seeing in the conference center segment?
I think conference center is about the same. We are coming back. We're coming back a little bit stronger because the corporations tend to plan meetings, especially the types of meetings that we're known for, further in advance. So we're beginning to see a lot of movement into the end of 2011 and 2012. In reference to your first question, one of the things that we are learning at this conference here at the IACC conference is that, you know, the basics of what makes a conference center function and be successful. We can't forget it. Every meeting planner that's here that we've had at a panel has always brought back the basics of a conference center as what needs to get out there to that constantly moving meeting planning public.
And it is the 30th anniversary of IACC right now, and you were someone who was on the ground floor of the beginning of it. How has the association changed, and how has the industry changed in 30 years?
I think the biggest change in 30 years is the internationalizing of the association. Even though it was always in our name, the first 5 years we were pretty much a North America organization, and now we're pretty much split 2/3, 1/3 between North America and the rest of the world. There are 80 facilities in Europe that are part of the organization, and the meetings take on a more worldly view of the industry rather than just our own little backyard.
Well,
or large backyard.
Well, thank you for joining us.
It's great. It's good to be here.
We're here with Greg Champion of Benchmark Hospitality International. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, nice to see you again.
And you are really, you control operations for a major hospitality industry organization. And I think during the last couple of years, it's been tough for the hospitality industry. A lot of people have reduced staffing, service levels. First of all, how did Benchmark get through that? And then what do you expect in general for the industry moving forward?
Well, I think it's been a pretty difficult time for everybody in the industry. The hospitality business hasn't changed a lot over the years, so if you focus in on the basics, taking care of your customer, adding value to your customer experience, and do away with a lot of other things that are not as equally important to our business, I think we've done very well with that. Obviously, there's been staffing changes at all of our properties, reductions in costs, but I think overall our customer service scores are similar, or in some cases better than they were prior to the recession, because we are so focused, and there's not much waste at the properties that perhaps took place. You know, maybe people were a little more complacent. They had more, and right now, more with less and doing it faster than we've ever done it before.
We're here at the IACC annual conference with Alex Cabanas from Benchmark Hospitality International. Thanks for joining us.
Absolutely, Tyler. Always good to see you.
Thank you. And tell me what Benchmark's up to. You suss out different markets and development. What areas are you looking at, and what new projects are in the pipeline?
A couple of new things coming on. We actually just announced today, so it'll be on the web in your interview, Tyler, a project in Brooklyn, New York. Just a great market, incredible property, not a conference center, more of a personal luxury hotel, part of our personal luxury collection. So great little property, 128 rooms. It's already out of the ground, will open later this year. So that's exciting. More in the conference center world, we have broken ground and are probably about 6 months from opening on Deloitte University, a private hotel and conference center. It's an 800-room hotel and conference center. It's in Dallas, Texas. It is a phenomenal project. It will take us from what we did with AT&T Learning Center to Lockheed Martin in 2007 to Deloitte University now, being the most technologically advanced hotel and conference center for private use. And then we've got our second property. Certainly want to reach out to our colleagues in Japan. We have our second Japan property opening up in June, July of this year. Fortunately, our existing conference center there has not had any problems as a result of the earthquake, and all of our team is in good shape. That's there. Good. But a lot of activity. So it's been a good couple of years for us, even in the midst of a tough economy.
We're here at the IACC annual conference with Ted Davis of Benchmark Hospitality International. Thanks for joining us.
It's great to be here. Thanks for having me.
And you talk to a lot of meeting planners and really can suss out current trends in the conference center industry. What are you seeing out there?
Well, I think you heard it in the conference this morning, flexibility. We're hearing a lot of that from the meeting planner. They're looking for flexibility to their programs. They're looking for a lot more customization in really everything that we do. On the menu side, program side, technology side, it's becoming very important for them. So that I would say would be the primary thing. One of the things that is coming back is team building. As you know, when the economy had some challenges and still is, sometimes the team building part of the programs was sacrificed. We're starting to see that come back, which is terrific, and they're looking for creative ways to get their people tuned up and working together and working on team building things. So I think that's a big trend. Technology continues to rise to the front. There are so many different new evolving technologies out there, and I think everybody's sort of testing them to try to figure out how they can work into the programs. And I think people are very excited about integrating those because of what they can do and improving the communications. I mean, I think we saw it today in the conference, and we were tweeting the speakers, you know, and becoming a real live audience. So becoming very important in our industry, particularly on the sourcing side as well with meeting planners. They're looking for really relevant content on the internet to help them find and source sites for their meetings. So internet is king, and it will continue to be in these evolving technologies. It's going to be important for us as hoteliers to stay ahead of those trends, make sure that we integrate them into what we do so that we meet the needs of the meeting planners.
Well, thanks for joining us.
Hey, it's my pleasure. Thanks for having me.